Hi guys. This next one will be a little different. I think it has a lot to do with church. It has to do with filth. I think it has a lot to do with the false traditions or teachings in churches, um, and it also has to do with alcohol. Now, a lot of you are not going to agree with me on this, and I'm not telling you to. I'm telling you to take everything to the Lord, because it says in Amos 3:7, "Surely the Lord God do nothing, but He revealeth His secrets to His servants the prophets." What I mean by that is, some people are always show me exactly where it says that. Well, the secrets are not always going to be right in front of your face. We must be commanded in all things, and we're a slothful servant. Some things He wants us to search out and to study and ponder and for the Spirit about. Um, so I was sitting there one night and I prayed to the Lord. I was like, Lord, for me personally, well, I didn't say me personally. I said, Lord, is it okay to drink a little bit of alcohol? Because in the scriptures, didn't Jesus drink wine? Is it okay that I drink a little bit of alcohol? Because like I said, I used to sing country music, and so I'd go into these places, and you're always tempted to drink. And so I kind of wanted to drink a little bit of wine, to be honest with you. But this is what I got, guys. And I had a really strong dream that night with many different parts. The first scene, I opened up and I was in this barren land. Guys, this was a dead land. There was nothing green growing there. And I looked out and I saw a dirty, dirty river, it's a filthy river. Now, I also was shown the people of this land. Not they looked demonic. They were just standing like kind of like if you'd be in a jail and pointing out on TV how you see people pointing out, which guy did it, number one, number four, number five. I had a lineup of demons, basically bald-looking demons, and I was told these are God gave me the name. In front of the screen, my face, He writes out what they're called. Now I do not remember. He did not let me hold on to this what they were called, but it was some weird name like it might have been like Raphaim, which if you look in the scriptures, you can find out what that is. But I don't think it was Raphaim, but it was something like that. But so it might have been. I don't know. Um, but he told me their names and told me what they were there for, and he had a lot of other things that I don't remember. And then, okay, so the second scene opens up, and there's a river. And as I go to read my paper here, I'm looking down. It says, guys, and I think this river is symbolizing, dirt and filth. But as I start to walk into this river, and this river's deep, and it's dirty and it's filthy, and I start to drown. And there's a guy over the top of me, and I believe this guy to be Jesus Christ. Of course, in my dreams, most of the time when I see Jesus, most time He's there as a friend, my friend. But if I really saw Jesus like face to face and I was really had time to look at it, of course I'd fall to the ground, cry, worship Him. But in these dreams, it's like stuff's happening so fast, and your friend is showing you things. It's like you're not contemplating it that strongly. That okay, that's Jesus. Wow, let me stop what I'm doing. Like you can't control what's going on in these dreams. But as I'm sitting there, Jesus is over the top of me in the air, and I'm in this river, and I'm drowning. My tippy toes are hitting off the bottom of this river, trying to catch air. I'm just drowning, and I hear clearly as I'm talking to you now, Jason, this is what it's like to drink a little bit of alcohol. And as I'm tiptoeing, bouncing out this river, trying not to die in this filth, I come out the other end of it and I survive. Okay, and to this day I'm like, wow, well that's kind of not in the scriptures. Don't they talk about wine? So why am I being told by the Lord? But I was told clearly as can be that this is what it's like to drink a little bit of alcohol as I tiptoed out of this river of filth, and I was drowning. So I was drowning in this filth. Okay, so the second scene opens up, and I find myself in this huge lake, guys. It was about waist deep. It's dirty, mucky water, and there's a friend next to me. Now, at this point in time, it could have been Jesus, but I really believe it was my best friend, who I kind of is my, like my missionary companion type person. He's like a brother to me, where I'm really close to him, and we used to go to the same church. But I think it's my friend next to me. I won't say his name because I don't know if he want me to. and we're standing right next to each other, and off in the distance, in this lake, we're waist deep. Churches appear in this lake. They're in this lake, but it's like they don't know they're in the lake. There are kids running around. It's Sunday. People are worshiping. People are doing this and that, but they're in a muddy, filthy lake. Okay. And we kind of was just sitting there watching, or standing there. I always say sitting there. We were standing there watching and watching just often and observing what was going on Sundays. And the churches were in the muddy lake, and they were they were waist deep. So it's like maybe they were waist deep in filth. I don't know. I could go into more detail of what I believe this means, but then this video would get kind of long. So you guys could use your own interpretation of this, and maybe you see it a different way, and it'll actually help your testimony and strengthen something you believe. But okay, so all right, so I get to the next part here. Another scene opens up. Boom. So another scene opens up, and I found myself cracking open the door of this spacious building. It was a huge building. You know, whenever I get buildings, guys, just like the river, to me it represents the world. It represents, you know, the people in there mocking you to turn from Jesus Christ, to come into this building, come into the world. So I'm sitting there and I'm cracking this building up. And I've had a lot of dreams and stuff to where I know what the building represents. So as I'm sitting there cracking this door open to this huge building, I started to not want to go. I started to fear, like I didn't want to go into this building. Like I was being led in, but I didn't want to go into this building. And what happened was I started to realize what was going on, and I started to run away. I started to get scared, and I started to run from this building. And as I was running to my right, you know, usually if it's a big house, you'll be able to see when it stops. But as I'm running and I'm running and I'm running, this place there was no end to it. Yes, it was really big, really long, and as I ran, scared, trying to leave this place, there was no end to it, and I was just trying to escape. Okay, then the last part, for those who are questioning Obama being the Antichrist and say, well, he has to come from this place or that place, even though thousands of saints are having one dream, one vision of it being Obama. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm in a classroom setting. Well, I say classroom, and I know a lot of people have a classroom, so it kind of was like a classroom, but I looked at it more. The desks were curved, kind of like in a UN building. They were really long. In this classroom, this UN building was huge, and all these desks like kept going, but they were kind of curved, like a rainbow curve. And we were looking forward, and forward there is this kind of where this play is going on. But there's like a really big person there, and there was like a little person, midget, whatever the proper word is to say there. He was sitting there, and they're kind of goofing off, and they're doing things they shouldn't do, and everybody's kind of watching them. And there's this young kid, everybody there is like the same age again. Everybody there is like in their 20s, kind of. They're all young, but they're all like kind of school age for some reason. Well, I say 20s, but at this point it could be teenagers in this school type setting. And there was this guy sitting next to me. He was actually a young black guy. He was sitting next to me, and now he was reading things, kind of like he was being indoctrinated. And I was like, "Why are you reading? Why are you saying what they want you to say?" And he basically was telling me that he had to. He just was trying to like stay out of trouble, and if he didn't say it, like he'd be in some big trouble and all that. And so yes, let me read down my notes here. So as he was asked to read the speech he was told, he was telling me that he was trying to that they were trying to indoctrinate us, and he was and as I sat there, all of a sudden I knew what was going on. And to my right, I see, even though the chairs are doing this, there's also a wall, and I see chairs going against the wall, but there's a section where there'd be people, a guy without no chairs standing, kind of like overseers. And then there was this one black man I saw off in a corner. He looked like he was dressed in the military outfit. And so I look, and right away I'm told, I stand up, and without being able to control myself, I say, "Obama is the Antichrist." I get up, and I'm like, just start preaching away, just like, Jesus Christ this, and you got this. I'm just preaching away, guys, like, and I couldn't control myself. I was saying things like totally in the spirit, and I was just kind of preaching away to him. And at this time, the military man gets really mad. Obama gets really mad, and he kind of does this little creepy, little demonic kind of shake towards me, stands in my face, and he's just cussing me out. And if you guys knew me, I was, I was the kind of guy you don't get in my face and cuss me out. He's in my face, and I said, look, just because I love the Lord Jesus Christ, I'm not gonna let you get in my face. And so I go to punch him, to be honest with you. And as I go to punch him, the scene changes, and my foot is raised up in the air, and my foot goes down and crushes his head. Now, guys, there's a lot of the Bible talks about him bruising our heel, and we bruise his head, but I don't. I believe that that's a mistranslation. I believe that it was supposed to say crushes his head. We crush his head, or Jesus Christ crushes the devil's head. But anyway, in this dream, I'm standing there, and I go to hit him, but the scene changes, and instead of me hitting him, he's on the ground, and I'm crushing his head with my foot, which was pretty cool. Okay, then I'm gonna read on here and see if there's anything that I left out. And yeah. Oh, another thing I left out is everybody that was there. They were telling me that they had no idea why they were there. Like, we all popped in. It's kind of like there were thousands and thousands of people who all popped in this classroom at the same time, and we were all looking around, and we had no idea why we were there in the first place. They even asked that who knows why you're here, and like probably 90% of the room raised their hand. They had no idea how they even got in this classroom. But yeah. I hope you guys like this one, and if you could leave your comments below, and maybe you've had similar dreams. But yeah, I've had a lot of dreams that had to do with Obama lately, and some of you may not want to hear this. And I'm not saying take my word on it. I'm saying go to God with it, pray about it, ask Him yourself. Ask Him yourself if Obama's the Antichrist. And if you receive a dream or a vision from God, just like thousands of other saints have, okay, is He giving you dreams and visions that it's the guy from Greece? Is He giving you dreams and visions, this guy? But if He's giving you visions and dreams of Obama, then, maybe you should stop interpreting the scriptures the way you want to and look at what God is trying to tell you. Okay, but I love you guys, and please leave your comments below. Thanks.